Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey and thank you so much for joining me today. Today is day 24 of Vlogmas. It is Christmas Eve, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you my vanity right behind me. For this last month, all of December, I've been doing Vlogmas. Now I have missed 2 days. I'm sorry. Things happen. I get busy. But this is the most videos I've ever posted in a month before, so I'm really happy and I thought it was super fun. Throughout the month, I have been decluttering so much makeup. So much makeup. All of my makeup I have gone through and gotten rid of so much stuff. And I wanted to give you a little like vanity tour slash like makeup I'm focusing on right now because it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. My goal is to do these videos like every other month and kind of like cycle through my makeup a little bit more, pick stuff that's like seasonal or stuff that I want to focus on. And I think the last one I did was in like September. But now that I have decluttered my makeup, I feel like I am able to kind of focus in on a few things a little bit more instead of just like being really overwhelmed with everything. So without further ado, let's take a look at my vanity. So this is the top of my vanity here. You'll notice a few things. Over here on the right, I have on my lamp stand, I've got like some perfumes and some moisturizer, some Q-tips, basic stuff I need for the day. I also have a little Trader Joe's candle there, also a need for every day. Now right next to that you'll see I have like this box with a bunch of palettes and brushes and stuff, and this is all stuff that I'm focusing on. This box up top is kind of like my go-to spot for products that I'm wanting to use. And then over to the left, I've got some lip products as well as some eye products. And then underneath the counter, I do have some more products, and then each side has a drawer, and that's more of my like everyday stuff. So let's start with what is up top in this box here. So back here, I do have some bigger palettes. I have this Morphe Dare to Create palette. This is the 39A. This was a limited edition palette, but it is now a palette that they have all the time. I got this for Christmas last year. It's a really great palette. My sister got it for me. Love it. Thanks again, Lindsay. I'm gonna turn that light off. That's kind of obnoxious. Okay, that lighting's a little better. So I have this Morphe palette. This is the Copper Spice 39A. And this one is definitely a little bit, I mean, very much neutral. There's just pure neutrals in here. But it is quite warm. So I'm wanting to... Part of the reason I keep these palettes up top is just because the size, but part of it is because there's so many options with them that I do like to have them around. And then the last palette up there behind everything is the Jeffree Star Alien palette. This is newer. I mean, obviously this palette just came out like not even a month ago maybe. This is the colors in here. It is quite beautiful. I've been playing around with this. I still need to try it a lot, so I'm keeping it up here. And then right in front here, I have all of my brushes. This is pretty much every single brush that I own now. This brush container has so much room in it. This used to be like so jam-packed. I couldn't even find brushes in here, and it was just like frustrating to use. Now, these are literally all my favorite brushes, and there's so much room, and I can find things. I love it. And then I also have this Bare Minerals brush down here, as well as a little makeup sponge. These are all of my like go-to palettes. So in the back, I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer palette, which is beautiful. I've got the Park Avenue Princess Contour palette, which is another face palette. I have the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. This just came in my BoxyCharm for this month, and so I've been trying this out a lot. So far, so good. And then I have the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Love that one. I've got the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette. That's another favorite. This is the Ace Beauty Grandiose palette. This is from BoxyCharm in November. This is a really pretty palette. It is quite warm, so I've been using that one a little bit. And then something that I kind of rediscovered in my declutter is this Real Her Be Fearless, Be Limitless blush kit. And this is beautiful. I love these blushes. They're so nice. They look so great on the skin. And so I pulled this one out up top to keep around because I've been using that a lot recently. And then the last one here is the Winky Lux Kitten palette. This palette is one of my all-time favorite palettes. It's so great. So simple, but like versatile. Love it. And then I also have some setting sprays and stuff. So I have the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray back here. I've got the Wet n Wild Matte Finish Setting Spray. And the Smashbox Photo Finish Serene Greens Primer Water. And then for primers up here, I've got the Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer, the Bare Minerals Prime Time Original Foundation Primer, and the Cover FX Blurring Primer. So again, this is kind of all the stuff that I focus on like a daily basis. This is my go-to makeup collection, like the stuff that I'm reaching for. If not every day, at least like 3 or 4 times a week. And then moving over to this left side, I have all of my lipsticks. And then I also have some like eye products here. So I'm not going to go through every single one of my lip products, but I'll just kind of show you how I have them kind of set up. This back one is all lipstick formulas. So like bullet lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, anything that's going to be more lipsticky, kind of long wear, is all in this back thing. As well, I have my favorite sharpener. This is the Essence sharpener. I've got my Rose Salve lip balm and a few perfumes back there. And then in this pail here, this is another lip products. These are all of my lip glosses and lip liners. Again, I'm not going to show you every little thing in here because if you want to see my lip products, I talk about every single one of them in my lip product declutter video. That video was so long, so you can view it for yourself if you'd like. And then this little mug here is all of my eye products I'm using right now. So mascaras, brow products, liners. I will talk you through these briefly. And I think this is everything for this category here as well. I've got 2 eye primers. First one is from e.l.f. This is just their sheer primer. And then I have my all-time fave, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. Got a few different liners. Got the Wet n Wild Mega Liner, Liquid Liner. And then this Lord & Berry Pencil Liner. The Essence Waterproof eyeliner pen. This is my fave. And then 2 pencil liners. This is a Jaunt Blue sparkly one. And then this is the Clinique High Impact or something. Quick liner. Brow pencils. I've got 3. I've got the IT Cosmetics Brow Power. The Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. And the ColourPop Brow Boss Brow Pencil. And then for other brow products, I do have the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara, or mascara, whatever you want to call it. The Glossier Boy Brow Mascara. I'm almost out of this and I'm really sad. And then I also have the L'Oreal Unbelievabrow. I got this in Influencer a little while back, and I'm still figuring out how I feel about this. I've got this Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlighter. This stuff is beautiful. I love using it under the brow bone, in the inner corner, in the waterline. And then I also have this Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Shimmer Liquid Eyeshadow. This stuff is beautiful. I have a whole video testing this out. I'll link that above. But I love this. I've used it quite a few times. It wears great throughout the day. Super sparkly, really pretty. And then I have 4 mascaras. The NYX Worth the Hype. I just repurchased the CoverGirl Supersizer Mascara. This used to be a favorite when I first started my channel. Then I stopped buying it because CoverGirl isn't cruelty-free, but they just recently went cruelty-free, which is awesome. It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, and this one is from my BoxyCharm. The Lorac Royal Treatment Primer and Mascara Duo. This is really great so far. So that's everything for the top of my vanity. I'm going to move into the drawers, which is also stuff that I'm kind of focusing on, and then I'll just give you a brief look at what's under the counter. So in this right drawer is all of my face products that are currently in use, and these are like stuff, again, that I use like, if not every day, at least a few times a week. So I've got foundations here, powders, concealers, some palettes back here, bronzers, blush, highlight. So this side is more of like base products, and then this side is more like color products. So I have the It Cosmetics CC Cream, love that stuff. I've got a backup of that, spoiler alert, that'll be underneath the counter. I have 2 of the NYX Got You Covered concealers, those are great as well. The Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, totally loving that right now as well. Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. Glossier Stretch Concealer, this stuff is a favorite. Glossier Wowder Powder. Bare Minerals Blemish Remedy Foundation, this stuff has been great, love it. LA Girl Pro Face HD Matte Pressed Powder. This isn't something that I use super frequently. It's kind of more so stuff that I use to like get re-ready or like kind of ready for a video. So this doesn't get used a ton, but it does get used. This is the e.l.f. like HD setting powder or something. I don't know, but I like it. And then the last powder I have here is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. Moving to this back compartment here that's kind of hard to get out. I've got the Manizing Sisters Luminizer palette. This is from The Balm. This is super pretty. Got this for Christmas a few years ago, and it was one of those products that I kind of forgot about and pulled it back out recently and have been using a lot over the last few weeks. This is from Wander Beauty, and it's the Wondrous Dawn to Dusk Blush and Highlight Palette. It's beautiful, kind of weird pan size, but super pretty. Been enjoying that. Another product that I kind of forgot about, this is from Bare Minerals, and it's the Ready Blush in the shade The Indecent Proposal. And this is kind of like a mauve-y color. I'm actually wearing this today. I haven't worn this in a long time, and I was kind of happy to come back around to it in the declutter, but really pretty. I've got one of my favorites, the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten. It's in the shade Tropic Hues. This is just like a no fuss product. You don't have to think, you don't have to like be cautious. It just looks great on the skin. Got the Wet n Wild Ticket to Brazil Color Icon Bronzer. This is so beautiful, great for my skin tone. Got a favorite highlight here. It's a little sample size, but this has literally been in my collection for like 2 years. This is from Urban Decay, and it's the Sen Highlight. It's beautiful. It's great for my skin tone. And then I've got the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. I rebought this not too long ago, and I've been kind of retrying it again. Used to be a favorite. And then I've got the Pretty Vulgar Vixen Make Them Blush in Prim Vixen. This was another BoxyCharm blush. It looks super intimidating, but it is also very pretty. And then I have this blush from Studio Makeup. It's the Luminous Loose Blush, and this is so pretty. It just adds a nice sheen to your cheeks without looking kind of overdone. And then I've got the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Party, and this is, again, one of my favorites. I love this blush. I'm getting pretty close to being done on it. I've got a considerable pan size there, but want to use that more. It's a great everyday blush. And then the CoverGirl Cheekers in the shade Iced Cappuccino, which is also super pretty. This is newer to me as well. So that does it for face products, besides the ones that I showed you like on top of my vanity. But let's move on to the eye drawer. So this is my eye drawer. I have quite a few palettes in here, but not as many as there used to be. So I've got a few bigger palettes back here, and then a few kind of like smaller little guys here. So This is stuff that I'm like, I still want to have around, but not stuff that I like really want to like focus on. It's more of like my comfort zone things, like things that I love, I can trust, and I just want to keep them around. Got the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale palette. This is something that I didn't think I was gonna like, but actually ended up really liking. It's this nice cool tone palette, super pretty. Got the ColourPop Golden State of Mind palette, and this is a pure shimmer palette. Not something that I would like normally go to, but recently something I've been really enjoying is just a metallic shade all over the lid and then something super simple buffed into the crease. It's a really easy kind of like fun eye look, so I've been using that a lot recently. This is just one of my favorites of all time. It's the Pure Soiree Diaries palette, and this is so pretty. I've talked about this palette so many times on my channel. It's just beautiful and it's so basic, but I use it so often, so I like to keep it close, but again, I'm kind of wanting to focus on other things, but I keep it around just for comfort. And then this is the Makeup Revolution Icon palette or something, Reloaded palette in the shade Division. So this is something, this is supposed to be like the Anastasia Subculture palette, like dupe kind of thing, and I would keep this palette up top, but I'm just out of room, so keep this one on top in here because I want to try it more. And then I've got the ColourPop Take Me Home palette. This is again one of my favorite palettes. I love it so much. It's so small and so simple to use, but really, really great. And then I also have this little quad from Wet n Wild. It's in the shade Fit for a Queen. And I got this a few months ago as well, and I'm still kind of trying it, feeling it out a little bit. So far I'm not super impressed with it, but I haven't used it a ton. And then I also have an eyelash curler in here. I've got some lash glue that I'm still trying to use. We'll see. I have a little tiny hand cream in here. I should put this somewhere up top because I need that when I'm getting ready. And then I've got two Cover FX products in here. This is the Cover FX Shimmer Veil, and it's in the shade Amethyst. And it's this really pretty, like, pinky purple shimmering eye color thing. This is the Cover FX Glitter Drops, and it's in the shade Nova. And this is something that I would use on my eyes, but not really elsewhere, so I keep it in my eye product drawer. And then I also have the Pretty Vulgar Gel Liner. This is something that I'm not really a huge fan of, and I decided not to declutter it because I don't have another gel liner, but I used this the other day and it sucked so bad, and like I hadn't used it in a while, so I was like, well, I'll try it again. So this might be biting the dust soon too. And then I have 4 more little eyeshadow products in here. Got this Bare Minerals Loose Shadow. This doesn't have a shade name on it or anything, but it's interesting because their shadows come in like a loose formula, or a lot of them do, but this one's like in a little container here, and then it has a little doe foot that you put into it, and so kind of eliminates some mess, but it's really pretty. And then I've got the Wet n Wild, the Brulee eyeshadow. This is a go-to for me. I use this often. It's almost gone. And then I've got this little Pixie by Petra duo. It's in the shade Orchid Ornament. Just kind of a really pretty, kind of pinky, purpley duo. Sorry, I got cut off. The last thing in that drawer was this NYX single shadow. It's really pretty, but yep, that's all that's in my eye drawer. Now, this is everything that is under my vanity. So this is stuff that I love, that I want to keep, that I'm just not necessarily focusing on right now. So I'm going to take you off the stand here and let you get a closer look. So back here I've got some eyeshadow palettes. I've got this Pro Fusion palette, an Alamar Cosmetics palette, Urban Decay, a Pure palette, a Tarte palette, some smaller drugstore palettes. Got some face products here. I've got some foundations, primers, concealers, powders, all that kind of stuff. Some bronzers here. These are some face palettes as well. Brushes, and this is, guys, this is not very many brushes here, and these are like my backups, and I'm feeling good. Oh, I guess I did have some backup lip products in here, so what was up here wasn't completely everything, but there's not a ton here. This is way less than I had down here before. And then this is my lashes, my 3 pairs of eyelashes that I don't ever wear. Oh, and this. I forgot about this one, my declutter. I need to start using this again. I'm going to pull this out, actually. This is the NYX Eyebrow Gel, and this stuff is intense. It's in the shade Blonde. I've purchased this a few times, actually. I do really like this, and I kind of forget about it, so I need to bring that out again. But that's everything. That's my whole makeup collection. That's the stuff I'm focusing on. That's my makeup. That's everything. I don't have any makeup anywhere else. That's everything. All right, that was it. Sorry, I might look a little different now. It's been a few hours since I started this video. I had a party to go to. But thank you so much for joining me today, guys. It's been such a great experience and feeling to declutter my makeup. If you didn't see yesterday's video, I talked about kind of like my thoughts after my declutter, so I'll post that. I'll make sure to link that one up above so you can take a look at that if you want to hear more of my thoughts about this. But yeah, Merry Christmas. I need to go to bed. But thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would love to have you around. And until next time, bye, guys.